What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the buildup. And I don't know if you could tell just straight from the get-go, but morale is low, vibes are low, everything is low. Sorry if my setup looks a little bit janky. I'm in the process of moving, and my setup looks just about like Ten Hag's setup today. United lose 3-0 in the biggest game of the season versus Liverpool at OT. It was bad from the start, or we played good for maybe about 2 minutes, and then after that, it was just piss poor, no structure, haphazard all over the place. Casemiro playing like I can't even describe what he was playing like. Just an absolutely abysmal performance in what could be the worst day of Ten Hag's tenure so far, even worse than the 7-0. We're just going to talk today. There's not really too much to analyze per se. You know how we like to do it here, dive deep into structures and talk about why things went wrong, not what went wrong. But today is just going to be a therapy session because I think we all need it, and I'm sure everyone that's listening to this needs it as well. So I'm here with the usual suspects, Abu and Hassan. I would ask how you guys are doing, but I'm just going to let Abu go first because he in pre-production he prefaced that he needed to get some stuff off his chest, as I'm sure all of us do. So
there's a reason why I'm wearing a Bayern Munich t-shirt. It's a club which actually won today. It's a club which actually has a structure. It's a club which actually has an idea of how he wants to go forward. And it's a club which doesn't employ, well, it has a good, bold manager. How bold is Ten Hag? There's a dent in his head. That's how bold he is. I don't understand this human being. There's a meme on Asian Twitter. It says, if you want to meet in the middle, morse, it means you'll die. Morse means dead. This is what happened to us. We tried to play through the middle, morse, we died. We tried to play over the top, morse. We tried to play out wide, morse, we died. We got killed by Liverpool in every single way. Slot has been there for 3 games. 3 games. There's already a decent out-of-position structure, which we don't have after 3 years. Don't talk to me about the players. He's got his players now. There's literally no excuses for this man. None. Not a single one. Our possession, we get smoked. What man goes off and we get absolutely ripped to pieces. Like a knife through butter down the middle. And I'll be honest, boys, I think we've been overly optimistic the last 2 games. Against Fulham, we could have easily lost. Brighton deserved to beat us. We had an okay 45 minutes. And today is just a culmination. I don't understand what he wants. I don't understand his plan. His plan obviously doesn't work long term. Casemiro, the football has left you. The football is gone. It's not even in Saudi. It's in retirement. It's not even into Miami. It's not in New York. It's nowhere. Just leave the game. You're done. And Ugarte coming in is not going to help. It's going to help a little bit, but he still has a massive amount of ground to cover. Why is Casemiro picking the ball up off our centre halves? Did he do that at Madrid? No. Did he do it in Brazil? No, because it's not his strength. What does a good manager do? Hide your players' weaknesses and enhance their strengths. We're just enhancing our players' weaknesses. And these long balls, bro, CK mentioned it 10 times last season, how this guy punts it 10 yards, or like 50 yards all the time, and it never works out. What does he do? Twice, and it cost us twice in this game. Slot, he aimed to press us as soon as the ball got into midfield, and it worked every time. Gravenberch is just... I don't think Gravenberch's that good. But just having a tall, physical midfielder, it showed a world of difference today. Like, we got bullied in midfield. We got bullied. There's no, like, he wants to build out from the back, but it's a slow build-up. He does long balls over the top randomly, but then he wants to play a high line, but our defense always drops deep. None of it makes sense. It's been 5 years, like, I've seen the same tactic in big games. Bruno, long ball to Rashford, and inshallah, I hope it works. That's been our tactic for the last 5 years. This guy has spent 600 million. There's no plan. There's no structure. There's no identity. There's nothing. It's been 3 years, and his post-game, he talks about these trophies all the time. Why is he talking about these trophies were last season? I don't care. What have you done? Ollie was right when he says trophies can mask bad performances. We finished 8th last season. on negative goal difference, and our fans did a petition to keep this guy in the job. 8th on negative goal. Are you man hearing me? We already owe the league goals. We're already -3. We're already in debt. It's 3 games in. All I'm saying is, Ineos, yeah, I'm happy with how you done things in it, but behind the scenes and everything. But you bottled sacking Ten Hag. You bottled it at the beginning of the season. I can't. You bottled it. McKenna was there. Tuchel was there. Them two just deserve you. We're a bit iffy about, but he was there. These guys are all have a clear plan, clear cohesion, clear structure in how they play football. Ten Hag has, since 3 years, has nothing of that. I ain't seen nothing. We've seen incremental improvements, and obviously, straight for trends, we try and look at things analytically, and we've seen this little improvements here and there. But when push comes to shove, we're just a bunch of pushovers, and that all comes to the manager and his love of verticality. As all the players, they should get the ball and just punt it forward, and just punt it forward. I don't understand it, bro. It's like it's a 4th down, we got to punt it forward. What do you mean? Go down, go for the shot. Oh, I'm done. I want this guy out. I want this guy out tonight. Black SUVs outside his house. Get him out of his house. I'm done.
I think you got the team like really wrong, because last season Garnacho would start and be like, okay, it's good for him to start. I still think he did pretty okay, but the dynamic we've used with Ahmad, sort of like hold more of the ball in attack. We've gone through the majority of pre-season and the start of the season with Ahmad starting on the right, and to switch that to Garnacho and go direct a lot. I think, to be honest, I wanted to see a lot more long balls in the build-up. We were just passing around the back too much, and when you have Casemiro and can carry the ball forward, I just don't think he works. I think, you see, like, I don't know if you saw that post from the Tex, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but on like Arsenal and City using the same structure as us, and it's like,
Yeah.
you're obviously trying to see like Ten Hag's trying to make us a, they probably took pieces of that from Ten Hag, what he's trying to do, and you can't do that with Casemiro as your, deep line playmaker, and against Liverpool as well. It's just too risky. I think the build up is way too risky, because even, okay, forget Casemiro. I know it's hard to forget, but go for the 3rd goal with Menu when he loses the ball. Collier is all up in attack, and Menu loses it and gets straight out. It's like, even, you can't rely on your players to get out of pressure 10 times out of 10. And I feel like when we lose the ball in deep a lot, like in the middle of the pitch, we're just not ready for it to come back at us. I feel like when we are attacking and we've held the ball in their half, we're a bit better at like trying to sustain pressure. But when we lose it in the middle of the pitch, it just comes straight at us. Like, was it the 1st or 2nd goal that Mazraoui and Dalot, they both went up and then they just came straight at us, and De Ligt and Martinez, I don't know what they were doing, they both dropped back into the same space. And
2nd goal, that was it.
Obviously, whatever happened after that. But yeah, I think 20-30 minutes we were good, and then Liverpool they picked out that we're not using a pivot when building out, we're just using like one player, and no one's really arriving into the space to help out, and it's just too risky. And I think Ten Hag will go back to a pivot now and sort of add more security. But how often can you get these performances and like these days where you just have enough with the team and enough with the coach, but then we get some security and then it happens again like a few months later? It's concerning for me, because it was the first day as well where first time I thought Martinez was, we couldn't like having a question mark over him. I don't like speaking on players, but you saw how he struggled a lot in the wide channels, and even was sort of like when Liverpool pumped it long, he doesn't usually deal for it with his head, and then can't control possession because he'll sort of kick it out for a throw in or kick it back. I feel like he was off the pace a lot as well. I've got a lot of concerns, especially after that. I just think we're way off it, like, tactically and even physically.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. I think you can look at it. There's like 2 stories to today, I think, tactically and then personnel wise. With the team, at first when the team first came out, I wasn't surprised nor super upset with. I mean, the change was the front three, right? Dropping Ahmad for Garnacho, and in a game like this, I thought it made sense. I thought it would have made sense for either one to start. Ahmad is obviously a great player. We know it. He's going to give you technically decision making, all that stuff. But Garnacho, in the sort of game state that I predicted this game to be, I could also see making sense, especially with Xerxes starting up front and him dropping in and creating space for those inside forwards, Rashford and Garnacho, to get inside. The problem was Xerxes was bad. He was very bad. Like
He was
he
so
wasn't
off it.
he wasn't holding the ball up from his first touch to his last one. He was just poor. Like
I
we
don't
could
think
just call a spade a
he's-
spade. Like he was just bad. Like he
He's
didn't
6'4"
hold.
for no reason. For no reason.
I don't think he's ready for the Premier League yet. I think he's going to take time to adapt, but he looked
Yeah.
really off it.
So the whole thing was Xerxes
Link
and
up.
Bruno basically
Linking up.
linking up in that space, Xerxes dropping in, Bruno advancing a little bit, Xerxes being able to hold the ball up and create that space for those other guys to run into. But it just, when he can't hold the ball up at all or not connect any sort of play at all, your whole game plan just falls apart right there. So I'm not like, obviously if we knew Xerxes was going to play that bad, then we would have wanted Ahmad to start to give us some sort of something there. But let's just, God, there's so much to get into. I don't even know where to go next. Let's talk about. Go ahead.
I think we should, like, a bit on Ahmad, like, at the end of the game where that stat came up, most touches in the opposition box, and Ahmad had like 5.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, it's obviously hearsay, but we used the dynamic of Ahmad starting and how to play with Ahmad, and obviously the right back Mazraoui, and we could go straight to Garnacho, and then we start building out from the back and not launching balls for Garnacho and Rashford to run in behind. Because when we're building out, I think we're just doing way too much build-up. I think what I wanted to see is going longer, a lot more, especially using how tall is Xerxes? 6'4".
Apparently.
Yeah.
Obviously, Van Dijk is gonna obviously get aggressive on him, but I wanted him to drop deeper, and I wanted Onana to go long a bit more, because after like 30 minutes, we saw that our build-up wasn't working. I thought in the second half it might change a bit, but we came out and just, it's like how
there's literally no
Sam Allardyce,
options.
Sam Allardyce, tippy-tappy football. Is that what he says?
Unless Manu escapes pressure 10 out of 10 times. Unless Casemiro just does that one touch, just whack it in behind, we're always going to get caught underneath pressure. Even before the goal, there were 2 times where Martinez put he gave Casemiro hospital passes and Manu hospital passes, and we were lucky to get away with it. He recovered, but then it was just a sign of things to come. Like, maybe you're right. Maybe we should have, just play the ball over the top.
Yeah,
but then
because
even when we got to the final third, bro,
Rashford on Garnacho, makes sense to do.
But it's like, even when we got to the final third, Bruno had a stinker. I said it straight. Bruno had a stinker. It was kind of like everyone is preconditioned to just play Rashford in and completely ignore Garnacho, because there's 3 occasions which Garnacho was free on the right hand side, but we tried to like reverse pass it randomly for no reason. When there's no space, like, it's like they're preconditioned to play to him when Garnacho was free on the right hand side. So maybe the plan was right, but the execution wasn't there. But then again, like, I do blame the coaching in some way, because like, why are our players just so preconditioned to just look to the left and not play to the right when the guy's literally right in front of us? And I'm not really
this is the
I
game
really
where
you go on.
Yeah, this is the game where we needed that guy in the paint.
The guy in the paint
one more paint crash, please.
I was just thinking, one more, like, the middle of the pitch.
But it was like, we
have literally, when Mainu's not, obviously Mainu came deeper because obviously Casemiro couldn't build out. We have no ball carriers. Mainu can't carry the ball from his own box to the final third of the pitch. We need, I don't know. It's just, if we're going to play that risky build-up, we just need someone like elite level. And obviously for United, you want elite level players, but you can't. It's just too risky, especially with Liverpool, Anfield, how slot likes narrowing the pitch. It causes a lot of problems, because even in the first half when Liverpool were building up, whenever they went wide, obviously our fullback and a winger, they just couldn't get close to them. Like they were so far away, and Liverpool could just play across the pitch, play a diagonal, play in Salah, and just end like that.
The problem as well too is just like asking, like Ten Hag is just asking his best individuals to just like figure it out, basically. Like and build up Licha and Manu just like find a solution, because those two passes that we were referencing earlier where Licha he was poor, right? And he's been a little bit off the pace to start the season. But when you look at the positions that he's in, like him picking the ball up and looking, like there is literally no option. There's no option for him to pass to. And when Manu picks up the ball, he's brilliant in tight spaces, right? Incredible to be able to get out of some of the situations that he does. But then he gets out of those situations and then there's nothing there, or he has to carry the ball 40 yards to get into a position where he can find space. And it's just like, there's I think with H, what he was talking about when he's talking about structured buildup and every player knows where to put their next pass. I think you can see that a lot where no one knows where the next pass is going to be. And so they're left with, especially when you're playing a team like Liverpool, who's going to close you down so fast, you need to know where that next pass is going to be. And we just look so just void of ideas.
I think someone said it on Twitter that he's just trying to perfect that performance against City in the FA Cup final without knowing that was just a one-off performance, mate. You don't try and use that going to a league campaign. Like, honestly, God, it's like you said, Manu picks the ball up. He has like, I remember like 2 times where he escaped magically underneath pressure, and then there was literally no one in front of him. So he has to like run bears, and like by the time the ball gets turned over, he has to run back. He's knackered. We've turned him into a ball winner, bro.
Yeah.
Are you taking?
I thought we should have anticipated Liverpool. Like, obviously they're going to press us with like 4 or 5 people at once, and if they're pressing the midfield with 4 or 5 people, and we've got 5, 6 in attack, then obviously it's common sense what's going to happen. Like, if there's like for the third goal that Manu got caught in possession, there's like 4 Liverpool players around him, and there was hardly like 1 or 2 options. So if you're not outnumbered that much, it's just common sense what's going to happen.
That was the whole game. They were swarming him the whole game because they know if you take out Manu, we got nothing.
And Casemiro as well. As soon as the ball got into Casemiro, they jumped at him straight away. Like as soon as he got into midfield, they jumped at him. They robbed him like he was in London at night time, bro. They literally like picked his pockets like he's on a New York subway. He was like, "Where's the ball gone? Where's the ball gone?" He looked like a deer in headlights. Like, but this is what I don't understand though. Like Casemiro at Madrid, Kroos and Modric handled the build-up. He was further up when the build-up out of play, but then when they settled, he was at the base. Why is he picking the ball off the centre halves? Why is he trying? Do you see he gave up mid-dribble? Did you see that on the touchline? It's like his controller
the ball didn't even go out of bounds, and he was just like, "You got."
His controller died. He's like, "Yeah, I can't do this." Like,
and
I respect the fact
the thing was,
like
that wasn't even in his top 5 mistakes of the half. Not even close.
It's like
he had like 6 other things that happened that were way worse than that, and that was the worst thing I've ever seen.
The second goal, right, which he just played right to them. He could have taken a touch. He could have just like hit it in the air. So if it goes a bit far out, it goes up for a throwing, no threat. He tries to play an Ivan. There's actually not even Ivan.
That's the first one, right?
Was that the first one or second one?
Where you hit it the first time pass that went.
We hit the first time on the ground and just
switched it. That was the first one.
That was the first goal, yeah. Like hit it there, and next De Ligt and Martinez are running back saying, "What the hell? But what's going on?" The ball's coming back to us. Like De Ligt, I'll give him this. He did well with what he could. He handled his one-on-one duels very well. Physical guy. De Ligt played well. Mazraoui played all right, I think. It's just a matter of like our players are just like they're giving like bombs and be like, you know what, go off and just throw this to the opposition, bro. Like it's kind of like they send on suicide missions. They send on suicide missions every time they leave the flipping the dressing room, and there's no hope as long as this guy's in charge because the players are confused. I'm confused. Like no one knows what we want to do. Like it's just like, or maybe you do know, or maybe everyone knows what we want to do, but we need all of 2021 Ajax apparently to play this sort of style.
We need the World 11, bro.
World 11, legendary 11 on FIFA. You know about it. Classic 11 on FIFA. Like we need the best players in history to play this this style.
Yeah, it's like
And
we're
then
not gonna get Arsenal and City level technical players in 2-3 windows. It's just not possible.
I just
I
don't
think
like.
Ten
I
Hag's
think
gonna
the
revert back to
plan
a more safe build up now. I think he'll go back to a pivot, and about time. I feel
but
like we
like
pick up
it's
results now.
with Ugarte and Menu, or
Yeah, I don't know if in the interviews it sounds like he doesn't even want Ugarte. He's like
well,
saying,
Ugarte probably is gonna take like 4 months to get fit. I don't know, apparently.
what's he saying? Like weeks, months.
what, like because Casemiro can't start another game for a while.
Collier could like his position.
Collier and Menu, like that just doesn't work though. Because Collier's
Yeah,
still
Collier
like you
needs
can see he's still a little loose with the ball. So I love what he came in and did. Like I would definitely have him start over
Bro, it's like
Casemiro for
throwing
sure.
meat to the wolves if you let Collier and Mainu just start, bro. If you just like, you know what, just why not? And the fact that we spent so much money, yet everyone and their moms knew we need a CDM. And we need a CDM, and they bought Ugarte at the end. But he's had like this is no fault of his own. He's had no preseason. He's had no preseason or nothing, no training. Hasn't really trained with the PSG team, so obviously he's going to be unfit. But like, why do you spend so long getting this guy when Onana was right there for 50 million? 50 million bang could get done and dusted at the start of the.
I feel like even if we had Amadou Onana in this game, like hypothetically we had
wouldn't
him,
make a difference.
we'd still struggle because Liverpool pressing us like 4 or 5 players in the field, and all our
I
players are
understand
up.
that, but like when you look at, I think the big reason why they shafted us in midfield is because A, the pressing traps were unreal. I can't lie, and B, they just physically just like, look at McAllister, bro. Like the guy is this, and he pushed Brady off the ball. Gravenberg literally just battered us all day midfield. But obviously, need a big lumpy lad in midfield. We do it. It sounds basic, but we kind of do. We have no height, no presence in there. So, like you're saying, like I don't think it would have changed the end result, but I think with this impossible suicide defending of like 20 zones that he wants of a flipping midfielder, like Amadou Onana would have been the best person to pick for it, and getting Ugarte
He would.
at the end of the window, and he needs like a preseason because he hasn't really had one. So he may play in like a month or two time, or like 4 or 5 weeks to come back. It's just like, bro, like we wasted 2 months at the start of the season. Then it's a bit like, like what are we doing?
Like,
Luckily, we're good.
Yeah, in build up, we just need to change that structure. I don't think it's going any longer because they're really struggling, especially with Casemiro there. The 3-1-6, it's not working, and they're not arriving into the pivot.
3-1-6 with Casemiro as the one is just. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and I don't want to like. Obviously, we all know what Casemiro did today. Like, I don't want to just continue to harp and just crucify the guy, but like, we have been saying this since the beginning of last season about Casemiro, how he looks off, how he's quote unquote washed, how he's just not it. Like, he can't be the starting deepest midfielder for this team any longer. We were saying that at the beginning of last season. I just don't know how, if we can see it, the manager can't. Like, I just don't. Anything is better than this. Like, he has, of course, quality and moments, but at any point he can sabotage a game at any time, at literally any time. And we saw it. This was like encapsulated what's been in the back of all of our heads is just like at any moment he can just set a bomb off and blow up an entire game. And it was just, I'm still in shock of what I saw today. I shouldn't be shocked, I guess, but like just some of the decisions that he was making, even aside from the 2 mistakes that led to goal. There was this play in the first little bit where he played this outside of the foot pass for literally no reason. I just popped up and went back to it. And it's just time after time after time after time. And I guess this is the straw that broke the camel's back. But I mean, would you be surprised if you saw him start the next game? Because I genuinely wouldn't be.
No. Like, because we have no other backup option. Let's be honest. Like, we can play Collier and Mainu. He's not going to do it. Let's be honest. Even though he took him off, he's not going to do it. I don't think he has the balls to do it. Ugarte, he like all the leaks have come out, and it's pretty obvious what he said after the game. He doesn't want him. This is a player which probably he does not want. He doesn't want him. So, and he says Ugarte may take months apparently. So for after the international break, what's going to happen. Like, he's not going to play him straight away. He may ease him in like he did with the Lick, but I think Casemiro is going to start. I don't think he has any other option. And can't blame him for that because Ineos should have identified and bought 2 CDMs, not just one. They should have bought 2 CDMs to make sure we shouldn't have to rely on a 31-year-old or 56-year-old Casemiro. Oh no, check his papers. The guy's fake age. Honest to God. Like, yeah, it's just he's gonna play him, and we're gonna have to suck it up because we have absolutely no choice. We've got to, unless he plays Collier, unless he has the balls to play Collier.
The thing is, we play Southampton next, and their coach does the similar thing. Like Russell Martin, he's sort of they're not doing really well in the league as now. He sort of wants his teams to like build up like similar to as we do. So it could be like the battle of the battle of the
3-1-6s. Like that Chelsea game last season was just chaos.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Southampton come on top.
There's nothing. So the thing is, you know, what was actually really sad is that before this game started, if you would have said we lost 3-0, got spanked, Casemiro gave up 2 goals, it looked terrible, haphazard, no structure, everyone would have been like, yeah, I could probably see that happening. It's sad. Like, this is what we're now like. That's not out of the question to lose 3-0 at Old Trafford to Liverpool in the most embarrassing fashion possible.
Could have been 5 or 6.
Could have been more. You see what Salah said after the game? He said, I was surprised how easy it was, how open it was. It could have been 5 or 6.
And this is the thing, like, I don't know, like, we can, you know, the first time the 7-0 happened or whatever, and the first time, I think, was it City that beat us? Was it
6-3?
6-3, I don't remember that scoreline. But yeah, it's like these games, they happen, and then we sort of go back to a more like secure approach, and then a few months later or whatever, like we get some signings in next season. It just happens again. Like, how many times are you gonna have to give a performance like this? Like, you can't just for like in the next few months or weeks now, like if we've got decent fixtures, we might just put a good performance. But when it goes back, push comes to shove, when we're trying to like challenge the top teams, this sort of stuff happens again. When we're trying to like play 3-1-6 or trying to play a proper style of football, it's just like, can we take that next step? Is it the personnel, or is it like tactics aren't quite right? Is it? I don't know. It's just,
bro, like, I'll be so real. When Villa got rid of Gerrard and put Emery in, it took them 1 game to completely change. I remember watching their first game thinking it's a completely different team. Brighton, new gaffer, look completely different. Arne Slot introduced a more controlled, composed style of play with Liverpool. Honestly, like they control the game. They control the game. Like the XG may be even, but that's because after 3-0, it should have been 4 because Shabba's like turning to flipping. Oh no, what
he
game?
was taking the piss. He was taking the piss. He
was taking the piss. He didn't track back on FIFA, bro. It's
he
like
was taking the mick when he didn't shoot. It was like,
oh, he's taking the pick, bro. He's
like, you know, when you're beating your mate on FIFA like 4-5-0, and then you're just like,
he's trying to do flipping no looks, bro. Like he's a Somalian exchange fam. Like, I was like, he was taking the mick. Like he just didn't want. He was like, you know what? Let me violate these men.
We got Oled. We got Oled at Old Trafford in the.
That was crazy. 57th minute, bro. And that was actually like they actually did like usually like it's a couple passes and then like we get it. They created a chance out of that.
And you usually get Oled at the end of the game or like away from home, but it was like
57th minute.
At the start of the second half, you get Oled. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
People need to understand it. People always like, oh, you can't chop and change managers. You need to instill a culture. No, you can chop and change the managers. I feel like this club sets of our fans are in love with this dream style of having a long-term manager. You know, like Fergie. Fergie was once in forever, bro. Fergie's never gonna happen again in modern football. Never again. Because Pep's going to leave at the end of next year. He's like, it's never ever going to happen again. We change managers, like modern clubs change managers all the time. It's a fact of life. This guy is not like, if you were to rank Premier League managers, where would Ten Hag be? Genuinely, where would Ten Hag be on your list? Where would he be on your list? He's not top 10. He's literally bottom half. Bottom half. He's bottom half, bro. And he's been back to the 9s this season.
In terms of like the league, like the actual league,
but like
the Premier League.
If you think about it,
where you rank Ten Hag as a manager?
If you think about it, if you gave Ten Hag the team that, like, if you look at City and Arsenal, they're using similar structures as Ten Hag's using. So if you gave him that team, would he do well with that team?
Bro, I think there's
No,
like
because
But
the guy doesn't know
there's
how
like
to
the
this
right
thing that's
manager
like
for this.
following him around now though. That's like it's just bad vibes, you know. It's just like
Yeah. So I feel like it's too far gone
it's
now.
like infectious. Like it gets
Yeah.
into the team. It's like almost it's kind of similar to like what happened today with like Casemiro. Like he makes a few mistakes and then like everyone is just like making mistakes. Like everyone, it's like just spreads. And now it's like we go into these big games with Ten Hag, and it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like it's like this cloud over him that I don't know if he can escape. I don't know if the team can escape as long as he's here. It sucks because I want him to like do well. I want this to work, but like at some point, like
listen.
we gotta.
His quote about eras ending. I love that quote. Klopp has gone already. Pep's leaving this year. If we win something this year, I could say, look, Ten Hag was right. But honestly, God, I can't. My eyes can't watch this for another 10 months. Just for like
Yeah.
1-2 rondos to come out of a game and we look good. We build that pressure. I'm thinking, oh, there's progress. Then there's 45 minutes of complete,
But,
absolute dross
yeah.
in which we get battered. And we should
Don't-
make up excuses saying he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. Adapt. You're a manager. This is your job. Adapt to the circumstances, bro.
Patience is a virtue,
11.
Robin.
Adapt.
Patience is a virtue.
Adapt. It's the classic 11, bro. Like you need classic 11 to play football. Do you? You the whole of Ajax 2021 to come back? Is that what you want, bro? You bought all your players that you wanted. Like we bought like the whole back line is Ajax, bro. And Onana. I swear to you, God. Why does he dive in slow motion?
Thank you for reminding me.
Why does he dive in slow motion? What
No,
is
it's
he
just his
doing?
positioning, bro. His positioning for that was for Salah's goal was so poor, bro. He's in the left half, or if you're looking at Onana, the left half of the goal when Salah's clearly shaping up to go near post. He scored that goal 1,000 times.
This positioning has been a problem for like months. Like it's been a problem for, and you like get concerned. Like, okay, he saves this much XG or whatever, but when you look at some of the goals he concedes, where he's standing,
it's so poor. I don't know why he would stand right there. He dove so slow too.
I feel like he gives himself like the extra, like he wants. Whenever I saw someone analysis on this like, last season, but I can't remember who it was from. But whenever he dives, he goes the other way, and then he dives the other way. Like it's just something he's like acceptable. So
like
if the ball's gonna go right,
he
do a little to the left just to make sure that side's covered, and he'll shoot right, and then he'll dive to the right. It's just, I think his technique's a bit.
Like I always said that I would take like my philosophy on keepers is that like I'll take a couple like mistakes, shot saving wise, and like for the what you can give me going forward, and with the ball similar to like Ederson, but like because Ederson's known to make a lot of mistakes, like dumb mistakes like that, but like we're not even keeping the ball enough to like realize that potential, and then he's just not good at shot stopping. So it's just like kind of the worst of both worlds. Some of his distribution has been insane to start the season, but it's still been inconsistent as well. And then today that third goal is just absolutely shambolic.
Can we talk about?
I feel like when CK says it, it's like an infection basically. Like when the ideas from the manager aren't going right. Is that like something that sort of plays into the minds of the players when they're building out, and you see them sloppy with the passes, see them sloppy with the final ball? Is it something like it's like sort of a mentality thing where like this is not working now? They're so sloppy on the ball. You saw some of the things that you saw in that match, like even not from Casemiro, from some of the players, like it's just simple passes that they just couldn't do. Like they just look like they're off it.
I think, in my opinion, right, what players fall back on at the end of the day in modern football is a structure. That's what you fall back on. Like like he's gonna be to my left, he's gonna be to my right, he's gonna be. I have like options to pass, and I know what to do. I know what to fall back on in case like shit hits the fan. Our players don't have that. We don't have like a passing build-up structure. Like Manu doesn't have a suitable partner next to him. He doesn't have options for him. He doesn't. Like there's like our players don't know what to do out there. So then when shit hits the fan, we can see a Messi goal like Casemiro is kind of like, oh, what do we do now? Like what? Like what?
Yeah, I feel
then
like
we just revert back. Okay,
first,
Rashford run L1 triangle over the top, 24/7.
I feel like if we get the first goal, we look like better as a team. But when we concede, we just like gone. Like
Like
I think
I hate to just
Liverpool
go
made a
because
little
there's no
change. Like
structure.
Trent sort of came inverted as well, and then we sort of just fell off it. Similar to I remember last season, was it at home against Brighton when the centre backs after like we started off good and
Yeah, then De Zerbi countered it, and we didn't know
yeah,
what
then
to do.
he
Yeah,
told them to go wider, and then
really wide. Yeah,
it was like we were dead. We
yeah.
just didn't know what to do. It was
There's
like
this
we don't adapt.
crazy. There's this stat I can't remember exactly, but it's when how many games that under Ten Hag that we've come back from conceding, and it's like 2 or something like super
That's not
low.
good, especially for Man
It's,
United.
it's literally
Like you
like
have the Stretford
if we
ends.
score if we concede first, like we don't win.
Yeah,
It's
it's
literally
just
like 2 or 3.
when we concede, we look worse. Like you'd think a team concedes and then they look better. Like usually
Yeah,
in
try to
football, when
respond. Yeah,
someone concedes, they go up the pitch and they can't hear the
Bro, it's
opposition.
like I
But
said, like
it just
if
comes out.
players have, but if the players go out and they don't really have a cohesive idea as to what they're doing in build-up and out of possession, when you have your most experienced CDM,
I feel
like
like
a winner, freaking pinging balls to them man twice and then score conceding twice, your head's
I,
gonna go because you're like,
I, I feel like they do, but I think the build-up is so hard to execute. It's just I
that's what I'm
don't
saying,
think
bro. Like it's like he
I don't
asks
think it's.
way too much. He asks way too much. Like a good manager is supposed to enhance strengths, minimize weaknesses. He's doing the opposite. He's doing
That's why you look
completely
at the
the
Dutch league and like the Dutch league, you could take these risks. You know, like you did in Champions League as well. In Champions League, you get like there's a difference between a cup manager and a league manager. Like I don't know, in the Dutch league, they used to be open as well, and in Champions League, it's a cup competition, so you get away with these type of risks. But when it comes to the Premier League, you get punished, and it's not even against Liverpool that or City that Ten Hag's been punished. It's games like there was that one against
Brighton.
Brentford. There's so many like
Oh,
Brighton, Brentford,
the
and
the technical and tactical quality of the Premier League has increased twofold in the last 2 years. Honestly, it's increased twofold in the last 2 years. So, is his pressure is how he sets up our team even good enough to go up against Brighton? No. Fulham?
I feel like
Barely. Brentford?
if City and Arsenal are doing the similar sort of thing, if obviously with tweaks as well, they've got so much better technical players than us. But even our players, they're not technically crap. Like they're decent. They're good players. Just we adopt like the
you can
game
also
model
have the same. You can have the same structure though, but
too much risk.
just be way
Yeah,
more
yeah,
well drilled in it than
yeah. It's just too
us.
much
Like,
risk.
yeah, it's just a more elite coaching. Like Arteta
Yeah.
and Pep are just way more elite. Like they can probably make things a lot more digestible to players. Like drill it better.
I thought that would be changed with Van Nistelrooy because I had like an inkling that maybe we've turned the corner. But
Bro, it's like end of the day, the assistant gaffer can only do so much in it. Like the gaffer's the one who picks everything, does everything, picks everything. What we're gonna do? It's like there was a time I think in the first half where Dallo inverted, did a nice little turn, played it right to Garnacho. He never did that again after that. He just did it once. He just did it once. If you guys remember in the first half, nice little half turn, got the ball up in the midfield, inverted, played it right out wide.
Shout out Diogo Dallo, man. I just gotta say, like,
That's my driller, you know.
what a guy, bro. He's just so solid, so consistent
he
every
doesn't.
time.
He
Like
does.
him and Delict are the only players, and Mazraoui can leave with their head held high.
Hey, listen,
Everyone else,
there's one
too.
winger that created 2 chances. That's all I say.
Yeah. It's calm performance. Nothing. I'm not gonna sit up here and say he was insane, but
No,
like
he
he was
wasn't
calm.
insane. But
He was
what I've been
calm.
seeing online from the usual suspects,
I
you know
mean,
who
that's
you are.
just you know what that's gonna be.
Bro, like he created that's one positive though. Xerxes' box movement is better than I thought. That's one like tiny little positive.
He wasn't lying though. He's a 9.5.
He is a bro. He's a 9.5. He ain't no 9. Because that header he should have scored, and that second one, he almost went out for flipping throwing, bro. I don't know how he missed it by that much. But like
Yeah.
but like
Annoyed me.
it's signs in it.
I
It's
know what you
signs that
mean.
he's got good box movement, and Rashford's like putting 2 good crosses, and we should have scored from both really and truly.
Yeah.
That's literally the only. And Ahmad coming on did all right, and
Yeah, I'm just good.
I feel like Xerxes is not ready for the Premier League. He's probably up there, like fitness wise, but he just doesn't know how quick it is.
I mean, it's
There's so many
like that.
times in that game where he's playing, and it's like he's not aware that he's playing in actual football matches. Like he's so casual on the ball. Like, you
Yeah.
don't get out of
You
his
see,
time.
he tried that nutmeg like 15 minutes in. I don't know if you remember that.
Did it
It's just
work?
like this ain't Serie A, bro. That's Virgil van Dijk. That's Konate. That's
even in link up, he
That's
was
your
waiting
international
for the
teammate,
ball.
bro.
yeah,
Even
bro.
when he had
Like
the ball, he's like delaying
yeah,
so long.
super.
There
Because
was that,
he's trying to run the nonchalant gimmick in the Premier
yeah,
League, bro.
he
It
just
doesn't
get,
work in real life, man.
You can't be doing. You got to be like 5-6 years in Premier League vet to start running that. Like
yeah.
you got to kind of like it's got to be quick, 1-2 touch.
This is the Premier League. You don't get that much. You don't get like that much time.
Especially against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Especially
I
against
mean,
one of the most difficult teams in the whole entire league.
it's a really tough challenge for him first start.
Obviously, yeah, you
Konate,
can
Van
say
Dijk.
Arnold. Yeah,
But some of it's just like some of the times where he actually did have time, still the touches weren't coming off, the passes were behind. Like it was just a poor performance. Let's just, I mean, it doesn't really have
The
to
only
be deep.
positives to come out this game was my Trent clean sheet on fantasy. Sorry, boys.
This guy put a Liverpool player in his FPL.
Bro,
that is
Woke
we're
nonsense.
terrible.
shouldn't be
Would you
allowed.
not?
Utter
We're terrible.
woke nonsense.
Listen, I got 78 points this game. I'm taking
And
it.
what did your club do? What did your club do?
Listen, I've got not a single United player in my team for the last 2 seasons, and for good reason.
That's
I've
crazy.
still got Rashford and Bruno and Mazraoui.
Never in my life am I putting them two in my team again. You don't.
They
Never.
return like one game week and
They return one game week and they go like do nothing for the next like 6, 7, 8, 9 game weeks, bro. I can't be bothered for it. And yeah, all I'm thinking is the next 2 weeks international break. It's just gonna get worse. The noise about the club is gonna get worse,
bro.
And boys, we gotta talk about his press conferences. Like what? Like,
bro, he always has one thing that he goes back to every time.
Trophies.
And this year now it's gonna be we've won the most trophies other than Man City. But it's not an excuse. You can't bring up trophies when we're talking about performances. Like you've done great in the cups. You've won us 2 trophies. You deserve praise for that. The team deserves praise for that. That's totally fine. But when we're talking about league performances and performances over time and the same trends happening in games and the buildup and the structure, you can't bring up trophies when we're talking about that. That's just not how it works. That's not a justification for it.
I feel like his character is like sort of. It's like he knows that he's struggling and he's finding it difficult, so he's trying to justify it to himself first and then the media. And it's just,
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't watch his press conferences.
It's just really, he just gives me like, it's just again
himself.
like bad vibes.
He's protecting himself rather than the players. That's what he's doing. He's protecting himself. He said, "Oh, we made a lot of individual errors today, and this and that." Yeah, it's true, we made a lot of individual errors. Everyone knows that, but you protect your players. And when a guy is literally when a journalist literally asking you, you're making these same tactical mistakes and what's going on with the coaching? Yeah, I won 2 trophies there. You know, like bro, like what are you talking about, bro? Like he's literally asking you about the game. And Arne Slot went on Sky Sports News and said, "This is how United play. This is how to play against them, and we won 3-0 because of it in 2 minutes." Do you not think any of the managers is going to be like, "Oh, this is the blueprint. This is the..." And but it was easy for Liverpool. It could have been 6 or 7. It literally easily. They put their foot off the pedal. Szoboszlai was playing flipping FIFA when he did a fake shot instead of actually shooting, and like running a nonchalant gimmick in front of the goal. Like bro, like, and Salah should have scored as well. Another one. It's just like I
do think, I don't know what you guys think, but I do think this is the biggest, the worst day for Ten Hag as a manager at United. I think more than the 7-0.
Yeah, because
more than anything, because you have this new structure. It's a clean slate. You have more players. You have all of this at home at Old Trafford, and it still looks like it could have easily been his 3rd game, not Arne Slot's 3rd game. Like
basically, he's out of excuses. Like
there's nothing left.
You can't blame injuries.
That.
You can't blame structure above him. You can't blame time. Just now he's like. Now you'll probably, if it goes like this, you'll see a lot of people turning on him because obviously last season we had sort of injury.
I think he's going to go.
I don't say excuse. There was a justification to last season because we had a lot, but now it's like gone past that point. We don't have that many injuries.
But I generally think he's gonna go full scorched earth and full Jose and just protect himself, protect his rep. Say, I got these trophies. It's not my fault. These players keep on making these mistakes. So when he gets sacked, he can look at his record and be like, "Look, I won 2 trophies here at United. You know, they've been notoriously bad for the last like 15 years. Like, look, at least I won something there." So another club will get him afterwards. He's going full scorch. He's looking after himself and his own best interests. That's literally what he's doing.
We are 3 games into the season, so if there's like a quick turnaround, adapt, become more secure in possession, build up with a 2-3, and like see something.
Do you guys remember that first half against Copenhagen last season in the Champions League?
When we built,
yeah, we were hooping before Rashford got the red card.
Never went back to it. Never went back to it. Completely gave it up.
What was that like? Was it 2-3 or 2? What was? We did something different.
It was what was it?
2-4.
2-4. Yeah, 2-4.
It was a 2-4. It was a 2-4. A 2-4 in build up. We were hooping the first half. You know, Onana messed up like always, and Rashford got a red card and whatever. You would think any of the managers would be like, "Oh, we played good in the first half. Let's try and build up upon it." Like, because we played really well. We did. Never went back to it.
I don't know. Like,
Rashford was playing on the right, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't. Yeah, because he got the red card defending on right back position. So yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone like build up, but you can't go long. Like today, we should have gone long. You don't.
But you can't go long towards Xerxes because you have Van Dijk on his back, and Xerxes like 6'4" for no reason, as we saw by the header. And like with Rashford, we did try to go like play him in behind 3-4 times, but the ball was overhit, or every time it was hit perfectly, Alisson came out, and with Garnacho, it seemed like we just ignored Garnacho. I can't lie, it just seemed like
he actually didn't get the ball like one
rear view, like literally just like right hand side empty. I can't see this way, bro. Like my rear view mirror is broken. I can only see it that way. Like it was just like completely ignoring him until Ahmad came on. Then Ahmad took charge and played well for his little cameo. But I don't know, man. I don't know where we go from here. I'm pessimistic.
Rasmus. Hopefully, Rasmus and Luke Shaw back after. I'm not even gonna actually. There's no way Luke Shaw comes back. I'll be honest, because they put that whole thing out for Rasmus. He's back on the pitch, but haven't seen Luke Shaw.
Apparently, he'll be back after the international break. So
but I'm not counting on it. I think Rasmus will be back for sure, which will help a lot. But I mean, yeah, it's just this terrible, terrible feeling to be in this position. 3 games in with like no hope really for like long term. Obviously, I think we all think that we could probably win a trophy still, like win the Europa League or win a cup of some sort. But like, I think we need much more than that. We need to see actual football, consistent football competence on the pitch, especially in these big games. Like, it was weird because usually in these big games, he does have a good plan and we do play well and we do get something out of it. But even in this, it was like one of the worst. People were just running around. Like, there was just no rhyme or reason to anything that was happening on the pitch, especially out of possession. It was just running and running around, running. And yeah, it's just a really, really hopeless feeling. Especially when you see, other teams around the league look pretty good.
What's our next fixtures like after Southampton? They're like easy.
Yeah, was it Palace away, Spurs?
Oh, Palace away.
Palace haven't looked good.
Well.
Yeah, but like we can't go into any game being like, oh, it's Palace away, it's Southampton away. Like
Southampton, I think, because Southampton try to do exactly the same thing we do. But
would you be surprised if I told you?
No,
mistake 2-0. Like, it's like nothing is a guarantee. Nothing. This is life in Manchester
Enjoy
United.
the international break.
What happened to falling out of football, lads? What happened to falling out of football? It's just not
now we got 2 weeks to just sink in this results for the toxicity on Twitter and everything to fester.
Boys, you know how bad it is? Like, my Liverpool mate says to me all the time, he goes, when we beat United, I don't even care. Like, it's just like any other team. Liverpool fans don't care about us.
In 2 years, though, so.
Fairs, but like they in terms of like,
OT too has lost all of its. There's no way anyone's scared coming into OT anymore.
Why would
you? I don't get how it gets to that point.
It's free entry. There's no bouncer. It's free entry, bro.
It's a shame because the fans are still amazing. Like, they're like the crowd is still insane. but like the actual fear factor of walking in there, I don't think any team
Bro,
is scared.
there's no bouncer. The drinks are free. The girls are over there. Just go chat to them. You can do whatever you want. The drugs are over there. It's literally like an open club, bro. Anyone can go into it. Anyone can go into it and do whatever they want. OT is the most like remember Gary Neville saying last season the Old Trafford's still one of those grounds, you know, you can't go there and think you can get a result. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Like, unless you can whoop us there. It's easy now, bro. It's easy now. If you got a solid game plan, just come in. If you literally just don't play the occasion, just play the game, you will smack us. You will smack us. Potter did it. Zerbi did it. Slots did it in his third game. Pep's done it countless times.
Do you want to help me out for 5 things we learned?
Football has left
I
you.
got nothing. I truly have nothing.
That's mine.
I'll have to think of something.
Maybe you should do the thing where it's like 5 things we learned, and then the thread, and then the next one is like thanks for watching or something.
That would go viral. Literally, just do that. Just do that because we learned nothing. No positives from this game besides Diallo and Delict. That is it.
And Dallo.
And Dallo, listen, yeah, Dallo, if you want to go Barcelona, just go, bro.
Bro, go find.
Go,
Please,
bro.
just do what's best for you, bro.
Go find Son. All right, you've done well. You recovered United career. You've done bits, bro. You're unreal.
You deserve better, bro. You deserve better.
If Rashford doesn't go well for him now, he should cut. He's 27 next month.
You're saying he should leave?
I feel like, I don't know, he's gonna be 27.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would want, if it continues like this, I would want him to, not because I want him sold, but because I just want him to, like, he can't waste his entire career here. I don't know if he'll ever, and it pains me to say this, be the player that we thought he might be, but I still think he can be really good somewhere with a good environment. So,
bro,
it's just too toxic for him. Like,
it's just too, just go somewhere else and try and redeem something of your.
It's because like he's the main face now. Like he's the
scapegoat for everything. Yeah.
Older player.
I think the fact that he's a local lad, he feels it much more, so he sees the criticism a lot more. People probably say stuff to him in real life because he's local. He's probably hears too much, guys, ear to the ground too much, so he probably picks up on everything, as you've seen on Twitter. And I think that just like when you just scapegoat, even today, let's be honest, like he should, like there was times where he was 1-on-1 versus his man, he checked back all the time. It was like, bro, his confidence, his shot is gone. But he's still putting 2 very good crosses, which he should have scored from. He was literally the only attacker to complete a dribble, which is insane to me because I don't remember it.
I don't know.
Literally,
I don't know if
it's like he just. It's like I just don't feel like. I just don't feel. Sometimes home is not where the heart is. Sometimes you just gotta just go someplace else, go get away from the media, get away from everywhere, and just disappear for a while, bro. Like go to Spain, go to Italy. Like, there's plenty of top clubs which should take advantage of him and how he plays well. Give him overlapping fullback. Give him proper attacking dimensions, unlike what Ten Hag has done, because he's literally just kept him and Bruno. He literally has with how he sets up with this team. Like, I feel sorry for him because he's not a touchline winger, but end of the day, you're gonna get killed even if it's not your fault, like you did today. So what's the point of being here? Generally, just leave, bro. Just go for your own good, for your own happiness, bro. Just go. Just leave, bro, Marcus. Do your own thing.
This is what it's come to, man. It's so sad. It's literally so sad.
Third game weekend.
Literally third game. It is only the third game. I don't want to go too crazy, but it does feel like kind of a. I mean, it's the biggest game. It's the biggest game of the year. Liverpool at home is the biggest game of the year. There's no way around it.
Wait till Liverpool away.
Or Liverpool at home. Wait, what did I say?
No, I said wait till Liverpool away. Which
God, I can't even think about that. But the Ten Hag and the players failed miserably in the biggest game of the year. So it's not good. It's really not good.
Predictions for Southampton.
God.
Predictions for Southampton. Go on, boys. Predictions. Let's give predictions right now. Predictions for Southampton.
I think we win 2-1. Some sort of responsible.
Have you seen Southampton this season? Every goal is conceded. They try to play at the back. And
yeah. Who did they play last? Who they played yesterday? Yeah, that was terrible, bro.
Watch when they play against us,
Yeah,
prime
there's gonna be
Barcelona, they're
a
gonna
slice into
They're
us.
gonna play out.
I genuinely think in my heart of hearts, 2-2. I think we're just gonna draw 2-2.
Because I feel like the team makes little tweaks and just killers like João Pedro and Welbeck last week dropping deep
Yeah,
killers.
dropping in. Yeah,
This week, Trent inverting and Liverpool's midfield going into different.
we're the
modes,
easiest
killers.
team to play against. Did you see the pass map, or not the pass map? The
The graphic. Rashford's
the
just there
formation.
with literally
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one around it.
Yeah.
God, bro, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Fun.
Football, yeah. It's more to life than football, man. Go outside,
100%.
spend time with your family.
Go outside, you have a
Grass.
family,
Touch
you have food
grass.
to eat, you have a shower, bro. Just enjoy life, man. Football's
Yeah.
not the be all and end all.
It's not. It's not. All right. We get it all off our chest.
Yeah, I feel good. It's a good therapy session. I've entered enough.
All right. All right. Well,
I
if you
just
made it
don't
this
want-
far, oh, Hassan's got one more.
I
Let him
just
go.
don't want to watch the game again.
These man
Honestly,
gotta
bro.
analyze it. I'm
Bro,
forgetting about this
I'm
tomorrow
telling you,
morning.
you should low key do that. The thanks for watching thing.
I'm telling you now, players are gonna get injured on international break, and it's gonna be even worse. I'm just
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. To be honest, like Delict, Hammy,
Martinez.
Ahmad's going
breaks
to
again.
Ivory Coast. I don't know what type of pitches he's going to be playing on. Oh God! All right, if you made it this far, we appreciate you. Make sure to. I always forget to say this in the intro, but like, subscribe, just helps us continue to make good content for you guys. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you thought of the game. How you would fix it. Would you sack Ten Hag now? Who would your replacement be? Those sort of stuff. But yeah, we appreciate you. Appreciate all the support as always. And catch you on the next one. Peace.